$500 was all that we had. That was between us and the poorhouse.
Because everybody has insurance. Hopefully everybody's not a victim of the insurance companies.
The scheme is fairly common. It involves annuity policies that don't pay up until after the purchaser has passed away.
You know, who it hurts the most is the elderly people.
The insurance is just too high. It's out of the working person's budget, and they can't afford it.
The insurance department is coming under increasing fire. Critics point out that traditionally its top officials come from the insurance industry and then go back to the insurance industry.
You're talking about sending the fox to watch the hen house.
Getting out of the policy comes with a penalty, of course, something that's not explained to the buyer.
Nobody would admit any fault. Nobody had done anything wrong. The school's insurance company was pressuring me to sign a release. And I really felt like, no, I need counsel before I sign anything.
Lawmakers tell me they hear a lot from the insurance industry about what it wants, but they hear very little from consumers about what consumers want.
There was a headline in a local newspaper that said, Robin Hood is alive and well and living in Claremont. Well, after reading the information, I tend to agree with the headline. His name is William Shernoff.
By chance, Mrs. Jaramillo was referred to William Shernoff, one of the most celebrated contingency fee lawyers in the country.
An insurance company has a duty to treat their policyholders fairly and good faith.
Here are the 1985 figures. State Farm earned $661 million. They did not pay a penny in taxes.
That's right. And I got those from the official records this year from the Department of Insurance, from their official statement.
But we're dealing with the abuses. And even if the abuses are only 5 to 10% or less of the totality, that's still millions of people who are being abused on their claims. Colonial Penn actually sells 6 health policies to these elderly folks, which reflected a very handsome profit of some $13 million a year after taxes. And it's for us, the trial lawyer, to discover those abuses.
The expenses on Danny's trial were well over $100,000. We couldn't have come up with $100,000.
If the shoe fits, to punish the insurance company for taking advantage of the little guy. Because nobody else is going to do it. Let me tell you, the insurance commissioner, forget about him. If we had, let's say, an elected insurance commissioner, he could do a lot in a couple 3 years, but nobody has been inclined to do that. The legislature, they're too busy with other things. We've heard about this for years and years and years, and yet nobody does much about it. It's about time that people stood up for their rights in this country. Administrative agencies are really no help. It's going to be the judiciary and the trial lawyer together.
And I was prepared to beg him to take the case for $500 down.
He has just won a 6-year court battle which could help elderly people all across the country. He took on an insurance company, charging it with civil fraud, and he won.
He's litigated the case of Egan versus Mutual of Omaha, resulted in a $5 million punitive damage verdict.
A jury agreed and yesterday awarded Norman $4.5 million.
He litigated the DeLoss versus Farmers case, which resulted in a $4 million punitive damage verdict. The Washington Post in September 7th, Sunday edition, had a lengthy article describing the sterilizing effect that these punitive damage awards have had on insurance companies throughout the country. To some of you, Bill Shernoff doesn't need that much of an introduction.